Hi, I'm Poch Concepcion. Welcome to Wazzup on Daily Tribune. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Today, our guest is a young actor who's also a commercial model and studying to be a doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, the star of Gaya Sa Pelikula, Mr. Paolo Pangilinan. Hi, Paolo.
Hello,
Kamusta?
everyone. Thank you for having me here, Daily Tribune. Hi, Poster Patrol of Concepcion. It's nice to be here.
The film that you starred in, millions of viewers million lang nanood sa YouTube, no?
Yes.
And
Well,
it's
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 the
now
series.
it's now on Netflix. Is that right?
Yes, it's on Netflix. Yes.
When will it stream on Netflix? Available na siya ngayon?
Yes, it's been available po since January 7th.
All right.
So,
Okay. Tell us about getting into acting. You're currently studying to be a doctor, right? Paano ka
yes.
napunta sa paano nangyari?
Well, Gaya Sa Pelikula was my first acting project talaga na super major. But then before, I'd been doing commercials na rin po and then appearing here and there. But through my modeling agency, Reco. And then my friend Gege is a writer who has done several amazing projects already. So while during the break po, as I was studying medicine, he asked me if I wanted to audition since we were doing nothing basically. We didn't even know if parang we were still going to have classes the next sem buhat po ng pandemic. So yeah, he asked me if I could audition and then I got it and the rest is history. So there, that's how I got put into acting and now I'm trying to do my best while in the biz.
Mhm. For the benefit of the public, kwento mo nga yung plot ng Gaya Sa Pelikula.
Well,
It's
the plot of Gaya Sa Pelikula, syempre, it's like your typical BL romantic comedy that is also coming of age. So Carl Almacen, my character, is a 19-year-old architecture student who wants to shift into film and pursue his passion in becoming a writer.
okay.
He also happens to have a very he also happens to have a, a neighbor, Vladimir, who happened to be parang in his condo unit by mistake. So, and that's where it started. Eventually, they get to learn about each other and themselves in the process. So, it's the whole story of finding one's passions, one's interests, and self-discovery.
Mhm.
So that's Kaya Sa Pelikula for you.
Mhm. The genre of the film is called Boys Love, right? BL.
Yeah,
And you're a proud member of the LGBT.
very much so.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about it? Yeah, like your lifestyle, your and how do you marry the profession because we were told, I was told that your advocacy is health. That's why
Yeah.
you want to be a doctor.
Yes, of
Okay.
course. I feel strongly about um, putting forward advocacies for the disenfranchised, the marginalized, and the
Mhm.
vulnerable populations. And one of them is the LGBTQIA plus community. And me, being a member of the community, I also found the role as a way for me to represent my community in a very professional and artistic manner so that people would be able to respect the me as a member of the community and as an actor and because that we are taking up space, the LGBTQIA plus community, then people get to acknowledge that we are much more than our sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression, and that we are able to transcend these barriers and through collaboration, through collective effort, and just letting people know of these wonderful stories.
Mm, mm.
So
Kasi
yeah,
okay.
and
Go on. All right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and yeah, of course, since syempre my advocacy is health,
Mm.
I found it as a way to amplify whatever I have to say in health. Then, as an actor, being visible, being out here,
Mm.
getting to speak up about certain issues. So yeah, it's been amazing.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Paolo is a graduate of the University of the Philippines. UP po
Yes.
siya. Okay. And he took up sports science, a cum laude. Take note. What's it like? Kwento ka nga sa UP. Kasi in the news ng UP.
Oh, of course. Well, right now, syempre, yung most recent news about UP, diba, is the abrogation of
Yeah.
the Liman Accord. And of course, it's been very alarming that our academic freedom and the character that UP possesses, where we are able to speak out about how and how we feel as a community and voice out our concerns. Syempre, it's come as a threat to the community that the accord is compromised now. But regardless, I believe that we should make our voices heard still and let them know that uh, the power should be entrusted into the people. The people should hold the mantle in making making these decisions. So
Mhm.
that's UP for you. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
yeah, I believe na yeah, what I learned most in UP, parang regardless of the accolades, is that everything should be done in service of the people.
all right. Would you say that UP had a hand in your development as a person?
Of
Uh,
course.
in what way? Kilala mo sarili mo, yung environment. Describe to us your college years in UP.
Oh my God, it's been amazing studying in UP. Everywhere academic freedom is espoused, and in whatever you do, uh, the conversations there are no holds barred in all the conversations that we could talk about, and uh, yeah, so being in UP talaga, and the character and meeting these so many amazing people, not just them being not just being surrounded by by amazing intellectuals, by national artists, by
Mm.
national scientists, by opinion leaders in several fields. It's more talaga for me that the community espouses academic freedom in every class that I've been. Um, all the conversations that we could talk about politics, religion, were up for discussion, and I believe that institutions should adopt that practice, because we become critical thinkers who are capable of making decisions for the community by doing so. And I really like talaga that
Mhm.
in whatever we were doing in Pep Squad, while I was a member of the Pep
You're
Squad, while
members of Pep Squad.
um,
Mm.
we were even the simple yung mga NSTPs namin, that we are all doing it for the community, and it was for the service of the people, and I really miss it so much.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I try to bring that uh, into my into the institutions or wherever I go now from then. So yeah, I hope I can bring it in my profession as a doctor and as an actor right now.
Sabi mo kanina nung nag-usap tayo, you want to specialize in surgery.
Hopefully, well,
Okay.
yeah,
Uh,
there are so many interesting fields, yes, in medicine. So right now, that's been the most attractive for me, because I consider myself a performer, and surgery is the most performative field in medicine, I believe. So hopefully, I get there. But anyway, there are so many interesting fields then in
mm.
medicine, which like internal medicine, radiology, which are very interesting too. So not closing any doors, but hopefully I get into nice programs.
And but you're not leaving the country. Kasi you want to serve the country, right? 'Di ba mga doktor umaalis?
Yeah, probably for internships, probably for some short-term opportunities, but eventually I would like to take whatever I learn outside here here in the country.
Mhm. But why you took up sports science in UP? Can you
Yes.
backtrack a bit about tell us about growing up? Bakit ka nahilig sa sa science, sa medicine? What was life like growing up?
Well, growing up, I've always asked actually to be given books, science books, and the almanac. So that it was then that my interest in science started. So ever since then, I've always wanted to be a scientist
Mhm.
through. make discoveries, inventions, and I didn't know then what type of scientist I wanted to be. And while it's not, diba, sometimes it's not really considered kasi uh, na parang it's an actual field of science, but I believe that there are so many positive transfer of learnings that you could get from science that you could bring into medicine. But also at the same time, I considered myself as someone who like um, helping people.
Mhm.
Na in popular culture, I would always look towards people yung, 'di ba? Kasi we start off like admiring certain characters, 'di ba, in anime and cartoons, and
Mhm.
I found myself really liking those who are capable of taking care of other people, like yung mga healers, yung mga doc, even the actual doctors. So that's where it started. My fascination for wanting to become a doctor started. So it was all of the things that I'd been interested in merged into one. It was, yeah, to become a doctor. And the doctors that I know in UP Pep Squad, really, my coaches, many of my coaches kasi in UP Pep Squad are doctors. So I'd been very inspired with how they live their lives.
Mhm.
Kasi while they were in Pep Squad, it really showed na you don't have to give up a life, both in your extracurricular activities and the profession that you've chosen.
Mhm.
That, and you could find a way to strike the balance to make the most out of this life. So yeah, that's why I'm trying my best.
Well, I was about
Yeah.
to ask how you balance. You mean to say, kasi, di ba, isn't studying, I mean, uh, pre-med, pre-med pa lang, mahirap na, di ba? You need to,
Mm,
a lot
very
of books.
much.
Hindi ka na-distract, there are no distractions, social life, especially for a young
Well,
person like you.
there were no parties for me for those 4 years. I could count with the number with the fingers on my hands the number of times I'd attended parties
Okay.
talaga when I was under my undergraduate program. So those that I attended parang stick out, and people had been very grateful that I attended. So social life was only after I left the pep squad lang po talaga ako lumabas. Like kasi like the places around UP, the places around Ateneo, 'di ba? May puro mga inuman,
Mm.
puro mga bars, puro mga hangout places. So of course it's been really distracting, but
Mhm.
really didn't find the time talaga when I was in Pep Squad kasi um, in afternoon to night to midnight you were training, and then in the morning to afternoon you were studying. So actually, yeah, it's I find myself in the same situation right now, but then I have to socialize a lot here. So it's been very therapeutic then
Mhm.
kasi medicine is all about read, as in nakatutok sa books, nakatutok
Yes.
ka sa laptop screen, but then with acting you get to meet people, and then you get to talk about art, your passions, and the like. So it's been pretty much the same as my undergraduate life right now. Yung the life I have right now.
Okay, let's go back to film. Before Gaya sa Pelikula, anong do you like watching films? What sort of films did you watch?
Well, before Gaya sa Pelikula, I like rewatching films talaga more than watching new films. So, the most recent one I've seen was Weathering with You, if you're familiar.
Mhm.
It's by Hayao Miyazaki. And
Okay.
what else have I seen recently? Uh, or is it by how I? Now I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure, but it's Studio Ghibli. Last movie I've seen is Weathering with You, Spirited Away, and what else? I also like movies of Meryl Streep. So
Mm-hmm.
Devil Wears Prada, and what else? My favorite movie is Fried Green Tomatoes. It talks about friendship
Okay.
and loyalty, and it's been my moral compass talaga
Uh-huh.
for how to deal with friendships. Yeah.
How did you find acting? Ilang days kayo nag-shoot? Inabot ba kayo ng 1 month?
No, not really. I don't know if I could disclose the actual number of days that we were shooting, but to give you an estimate, parang it didn't take uh, the whole process of being casted, rehearsals, and shooting were a matter of a summer break, so around 3 months.
Oh, okay.
The whole thing, as
Mhm.
in from casting, from auditioning to the first episode, airing of the first episode. It's been around 3 months.
Oh,
3
okay.
months.
Ilang episodes ba? How many episodes does Gaya sa...
8.
8
There are 8
episodes.
episodes,
Alright.
20 minutes each.
Parang short siya. Parang short film na series, no? Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, di ka nahirapan sa pag-memorize ng dialogue kasi sanay na sanay ka mag-memorize. Tama?
Actually, minsan ako pa din po talaga yung nagkakamali, no? I'm so ashamed. Minsan ako pa rin talaga. Pero we pulled through. It was because all of them were amazing theater performers. Ian, Miss Yen, all of the cast and crew were theater performers except me. So,
what did you learn from them? Was there any difficult or challenging moment or episode while doing the series?
well, I believe that the whole process was difficult, but for me, the hardest ones were those where I didn't manifest a lot of emotion, but just had dialogues where I could bounce off of people while we were talking. For example, in the last episode, Anna, uh, Anna and my character Carl talked about me wanting to shift to film, and it was just a very honest moment, and it was very hard in the aspect na parang I could go super far off field and be very emotional about it, or I could just be conversational about it. So striking the balance between becoming too emotional and like downright conversational was like a challenge for me. But all in all, the hardest challenge talaga for me was just being in my character, because I believe na your goal as an actor is that not just to translate things from script to the screen, but make your characters live. It's hard to explain, but for me talaga, like, it was just such a nice advice that I got from my partner Ian in the series na while I was having trouble with delivering the lines, he said, your job is not to make your characters likable or um, for it be to be a hit, but your goal should be to let your characters live. So I hope I accomplished that. Yeah, those were the challenges. There were a lot, but they were fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to one of the stars, the star of the film Gaya Sa Pelikula, Paolo Pangilinan. We'll be back after a short break.
Iba ng panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga partners, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
Magsha-shopping na lang ako!
Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Hello, can you get the following? One pink chair, bed sheets, na pink yung sofa, tapos slide, size 8, pajamas na blue. Oh, don't forget my...
Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Wait lang. Okay ba yan?
Anything at the SM store, ma'am.
Call to deliver. Call.
Kuya, pwede rin ba ako magpa-deliver sa ate ko sa Taguig, tapos sa friend ko sa Davao, tsaka sa... cancel ko sa Lipa? Okay ba yan?
Kahit saan po, pwede kami mag-deliver.
Call to deliver.
All right. We're back on Wazzup. You're watching Daily Tribune Show live on Facebook and YouTube. And our special guest is the star of the film, the Boys Love series Gaya Sa Pelikula, Paolo Pangilinan. Paolo.
Hello. Hello. Nice to be back here. Sorry.
Paolo, before we continue, let me greet some people who are watching the show as we
Alright.
speak. Hello to Pang Pang Fanatics Facebook
Hi.
page.
I'm Pang Pang Fanatics.
Gaya Sa Pelikula Facebook page. John Louis de los Santos. Albacete. Annabel. Kenneth Jordan Carpio. Clean Kirsten. Pau Pau Pangs. Daryl Robles. Daniel Franco. Edsel Gonzalez. Precious Gwendolyn. Lacostales. Edeline Arenas. Hans del Carmen Paltao. Janela May Tabilin. Princess del Prado. Kaiser Domingo. Arian Nicolas. Marlon Collado. Jaynard Magistrado. Calum Neum. Alia China Bautista Zamora. Brian Bracero. Melesare or Meleser Herona. Oliver Kikoy. Lloyd Winces Pineda Balcota. Rio Saigon. Athena Avelin. Sky Vergara. Yael Baroquillo Cadil. Ian Beticon. Sherry Mark Kasuay. Sean Allen. Nicole Ardais. James Gel Gigante. May Morales Concepcion. Jervin Apaap. J. Mark Redulfin. Jem Hernandez. Seth Nepag Ziur. Celine Pangilinan. Ikay Portillo. And James Gorospe. Wow. Are these your friends, Paolo?
Yes,
All
I
right.
heard my Sir James Ikay. Great.
Nice. You're all watching. Okay. You were discussing kanina yung challenges ng the things you learned while shooting Gaya Sa Pelikula. And this is your debut, your acting debut, di ba? Your first
Yes.
project. Okay. Are you considering doing other films outside the boys love genre? Are you
Of course,
open?
very much so. Yeah. Of
Mhm.
course, I'm very interested in taking other roles and being and putting out some stories of different people that are of different life experiences. So
Oo.
of course, I'm very much looking forward to. Uh, Actually, I am trying to. I'm looking at other opportunities right now,
All right.
and I hope I could get them. So I have my fingers crossed. But yeah, the time, notwithstanding that the time is limited for me to be out there because I am still studying, right? So yeah, therein lies the challenge that I hope I can overcome and
Mhm.
am very still excited about. So to answer your question, yes, of course, I'm looking forward to other roles, but who knows, I might not be done with this one. Yeah, that's where we're at.
O yun. Yung mga nanonood, narinig nyo, open siya. Kasi itsura pa lang eh. Kita nyo naman, di ba? Tsaka siguro pag surgeon ka na, baka ma-distract yung mga sa'yo nurse. O baka gumaling agad yung pasyente. Okay.
Grabe.
Okay. Now a film basically tells a story, like literature, the arts, di ba? What do you think is Gaya Sa Pelikula's message to the audience?
I think ever since then and up until now, its main for me talaga, its main message is normalizing queer narratives, queer advocacies. You see in Gaya Sa Pelikula that a lot of tropes, a lot of cliches, and a lot of things that you see in heteronormative and heterosexual love couples are portrayed in Gaya Sa Pelikula. So I believe that the driving point talaga, the main message talaga of Gaya Sa Pelikula is that we LGBTQIA plus folk, the community,
Mm.
are normal people living normal lives who are living a complete human experience that we should not be excluded from these narratives
Mhm.
because we the community has been, diba, we have been fighting for equal rights, for equal opportunities, for us to be recognized in the community past our uh, sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression. So I believe that but at the same time, um, I don't want to over romanticize it or make me the hero of this story, because I believe that it's still, while it is while it is a step in the right direction, it's not the only step that we should take, and that's not the only step that I should take. That should uh we should use whatever we've seen in Gaya Sa Pelikula to uh transcend what we see, diba? To make opportunities talaga available for disenfranchised, marginalized communities, so that we could eventually truly make a change and a positive social impact.
Uh-huh. Paolo, one of the issues that confronting the community is hindi ba yung isang pelikula na Kalel, award-winning film, it's about an HIV positive person. And correct me if I'm wrong, the situation right now, yung number of HIV cases are still high, right?
Yes, it's around 60,000, 70,000 ever since the first case was reported, if I'm not mistaken. And still, especially, diba, in the time of the pandemic, the people are afraid to go out and seek and have health seeking options. It's very, very important that we put forward advocacies. That's why I'm very proud to be one of the ambassadors of Love Yourself right now, who tries to espouse testing and being aware of your status, so that could we could be aware and stop the spread of the transmission of HIV. So yun. Yeah, and I really appreciate that those stories are put out. Props to to everyone involved in Talel. I hope eventually that I could um, be one of the people who would bring forth these conversations, the HIV awareness,
Mhm.
and everything related to the community, because we are the most vulnerable population, diba?
Mm.
Fearful, and there still exists a stigma. So yeah, I believe as the more more films, more projects, more series that talk about these are should be the norm, so that we could eventually break the barriers that prevent people from um, health seeking behavior.
Okay, you're active on social media, and you're about to launch, or do you have your own YouTube channel? Is that right?
Yes, I just
Uh-huh.
had my first episode yesterday. Yeah.
What's it about? Tell us about it.
Well, right now my YouTube content is just me chronicling my my life as a student doctor actor, because eventually I want to use my YouTube channel
Mm-hmm.
uh, to um, to document um, my journey as a healthcare professional, and to bring forth the messages that people in healthcare want to uh, bring to the community at large. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm just trying to have lots of fun and engage with lots of people. So eventually, when I do become a healthcare professional, people would find something entertaining, genuine, and informative, so that health-seeking behavior is promoted.
Okay. Paulo, you strike me as a very sociable person, a happy person. Has there ever been an instance na naka-experience ka na ba ng naharas ka, na bully ka because of your sexual orientation or otherwise as a kid?
Well, I believe, yeah, of course. Right now, syempre, being out there on social media, of course, I experienced din naman kasi na, if I'm, diba, usually, syempre, I could see na parang people would message me, submit these proposals, and then
Mhm.
even way before, when I was I wasn't an actor, sexual harassment has been very prevalent talaga. Even just going back home to UP, going back home from UP, or just especially in the industry, that's something that I'm still very uncomfortable about talking about talaga sexual harassment. But I want to say this that it's very prevalent. It's very it happens to a lot of people, and that we should always speak up whenever we see something that makes people uncomfortable, and we should support each other, check in on our friends all the time. So,
Okay, one more question about sexual harassment. The harasser, okay, the not the victim, the harasser. Do you think what's wrong with being a harasser? Is it, I mean, does this person you think does he need medical help, or is it about power like rapists? So what's your view on that?
well, I believe that harassers at large have tried to have unhealthy coping behaviors for whatever has damaged them or traumatized them.
Mhm.
I believe that it stems from a place of um, the need for affection, the need for love, and not having received it, or some traumatizing event that they could not process, and in the end, they turn to um, seeking love, validation, and acceptance in very destructive ways.
Uh-huh.
So I believe it's a systemic problem that could be addressed by little by little, letting people know that these things are not right. There are healthy coping behaviors that we could employ, so that we could better promote our mental, physical, social well-being, and not have it at the cost of someone's dignity, at the cost of someone's of other people's social, physical, and mental being.
All right, Paolo, your viewers are watching. I believe there are thousands of viewers right now, including not only your friends but the people who are curious to know more about you. Any message, a parting message?
Thank you to everyone who supported Gaya Sa Pelikula, who supported me, and actually everything that I do put out there. Maraming salamat sa pag-support. If I could give out a shout out to Paolo Neighbors, God Perry sa Pao, Pang Pang OFC, Gaya sa Payas, so KaTribu Clowns. I'm afraid of missing out on people talaga, on the groups, on the standing accounts, besties, follow besties, yun. Apollo updates, Apollo, yeah. So super thank you talaga sa inyo lahat. I see every single one of you, and I hope that what message that we drive home talaga is to do the right thing, and be brave and do it.
All right,
I love all.
ladies and gentlemen, that's Paolo Pangilinan, the star of Gaya Sa Pelikula. Still on YouTube for free, and on Netflix. That's January, Thank you very much. We hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Thank you.
You.
Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber KaTribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join.